It is time to talk head coaching candidates on the offensive side of the ball. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 candidates who could potentially be the next head coach of the Detroit Lions.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Welcome, YouTube, to Detroit Lions Talk with MicroMike, where we talk all things Detroit Lions. We do news, we do rumors, we do analysis, breakdown, prediction, everything that you need regarding this franchise. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 candidates on the offensive side of the ball who could potentially be head coach, and it's going to be a fun video breaking down some of these folks. Before we get to this video, help me get to 100 likes. Yes, 100 likes. The folks in Chat Sports, they like to make sure that my video is doing well, and I want to make sure I please them. So if you guys could hit that like button, that would be fan-freaking-tastic. Without further ado, let's get into this. And we're going to start with the 5th person who I believe has a chance, offensive side of the mind, to become head coach of the Detroit Lions, and the least amount on my list, and that is the current head coach or interim head coach of the Detroit Lions, former OC, Darrell Bevell. When it comes to Darrell Bevell, he started his stint with the Green Bay Packers in 2000, where he was hired by the Packers as an offensive assistant. In 2003, he was promoted to quarterbacks coach, where he helped out Mr. Brett Favre himself. In 2006, Brad Childress was hired of the Minnesota Vikings head coach, and he became the offensive coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings. We've seen that with AP. We've seen that a little bit with Brett Favre. And after that stint, he went to the Seattle Seahawks, OC there, where he went to a couple Super Bowls, and he showed his ability to run the football as well as pass the football. And obviously with the Detroit Lions, where he was the OC, he had a fairly good year. Second year, a little bit off. But when it comes to this third year, we've seen initially under Matt Patricia, the stats weren't that good, but ever since Matt Patricia left, went from 23 ranking in the quarterbacks for Matthew Stafford to number 3 just in the couple of games without Matt Patricia. He's shown he can be balanced on offense as well as make some trick plays, and the team is playing hard for him. So could the Detroit Lions utilize the skill set to be the next head coach? It's possible. I put him on this list because he's currently with the team, but not probable in my opinion. So with that said, he is the least probable on my list. Folks, you're about to hear an ad break, and when this ad break takes place, make sure that you comment on the video who is a coach, an offensive coach you covet in the pinned comment. Make sure you let me know, and let's turn this into a forum. Let's go ahead and jump to number 4 on my list, and we're going to go to the offensive coordinator of the Carolina Panthers, Joe Brady. Joe Brady is a young mind, and he started with the LSU at 31. He really began his coaching career, essentially a grunt under Sean Payton with the New Orleans Saints in 2017. Brady showed up and down when he was with the LSU Tigers with Joe Burrow quarterback, a plethora of high sought-after recruit around him, ranked 38 in points, 69th in total yards, 67th in passing yards, and in 2019, Brady in the next level, offensive wizardry, the Tigers ranked 1st in points, 1st in total yards, and 2nd in passing, and he really helped out Joe Burrow turn to the next level. He revolutionized their scheme, and he made a marquee talent regarding Joe Burrow. And then he made the jump to the Carolina Panthers, where the Carolina Panthers, before he was hired, was absolutely bad. Bottom of the rank on all offensive skilled position and rankings, near bottom, around 31. And when he came into as offensive coordinator this year, he didn't have a whole lot to work with. Not a lot was given to the Carolina Panthers because they had a bridge quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, no pun intended, and their all-pro running back, Christian McCaffrey, only had for 2 games. Yet their stats for offense went to around the 11th on near passings, yards, and total yards, and touchdowns. He nearly brought it up from the depths of irrelevancy to more prominent. And I think he is a young mind that could potentially get some head coaching looks, and the Detroit Lions could be one of those. We're going to go to number 3 on my list here, and we're going to go with the offensive coordinator of the Baltimore Ravens, Mr. Greg Roman. Now, Greg Roman has been around the block a little bit. He started the Carolina Panthers in '95, where he was an unpaid strength and conditioning coach. You can tell that he was a physical guy. Then he was hired the expansion Houston Texans as the tight ends and quarterbacks coach. Baltimore Ravens, his first time there as an offensive line coach. Then he went to high school, assumingly, as the alma mater, served as the offensive coordinator at Holy Spirit High School, jumped to Stanford in 2009. He was hired as a tight ends and offensive tackles coach. Then he jumped in with Jim Harbaugh, Stanford, and helped out as a offensive mind for them. When Harbaugh went to the 49ers, he followed and became the offensive coordinator, and he remained the position from 2011 to 2014. Then after being done with that, he went to the Buffalo Bills, offensive coordinator under Rex Ryan, relieved of his duties in 2016. He jumped then back to the Baltimore Ravens, where he's most notably helping out Lamar Jackson in that spectacular offense they have over there in Baltimore. A lot of running plays, a lot of jet sweeps, a lot of trickeries, and he is known as the architect to really take Lamar Jackson from a unknown quarterback to what he is right now, helping him become MVP last year, and really put a emphasis on running the football. How do you win in the NFL? You run the football, and that's something that they've coveted here in Detroit. So if the Detroit Lions decided to potentially maybe get a quarterback like a Trey Lance, a dual threat, you could see potentially him be a candidate to become head coach of the Detroit Lions. Another ad is about to take place, and when it takes place, hit that like button. It just takes a second. Just scroll down, hit that thumbs up. Let's get this video out there. The more likes you get, the more chances folks can hear the video, and that would help the channel out. Number 2 on my list is the offensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, Brian Daboll. Now, the Buffalo Bills has been known for not having an offensive powerhouse. When it comes to Daboll, though, he really helped out, most notably, Josh Allen. And he made him with the 75.1 QBR, 6th best QBR in the league through 13 weeks. And it's a very impressive turnaround for his third-year passer, as he's regarded not having good stats, Josh Allen, the first couple years, but this year, oh my God, he's really helped out. He served as Buffalo's offensive play caller since 2018, and he deserves a lot of credit for the strides of Josh Allen in his third year. Additionally, Daboll has been in Buffalo. The offensive has improved the game per production immensely. In the first year column for the Bills, he averaged 16.8 per game, only 30th worst out of 32, but he's improved that to 19.6 in his second year to 23 out of 32. Now Daboll's offense is one of the best in the NFL with 27.8 yards per game, 8th most points in the NFL. He's really developed Josh Allen into a quality passer under center, as well as a good hybrid running out of the pocket. And again, if the Detroit Lions decided to go for a power play here and bringing him as an individual that can develop a young quarterback, but maybe keep Matthew Stafford as well, I think you could see an individual such as him become a potential head coaching candidate on the offensive side of the football. Lastly, and surely not least, probably the most coveted offensive coordinator right now to become a head coach is none other than Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Kansis City Chiefs. Let's do a little bit of history here, though. As a UCLA coach when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, then he went to the Minnesota Vikings. He accepted a position as the running backs coach there. During this time, the Vikings running backs coach, leading rusher AP, obviously with 1,341 yards, 2007, 1,760, and top of the NFL from that regard. He returned to Colorado, though, as an offensive coordinator under new coach Joe Embrace. Then he became to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2013, where Andy Reid hired him as the running backs coach for Kansas City. Then he became the head coach. And obviously what we've seen with Patrick Mahomes and their speed on offense, their dynamic offense with defeating other personnel and coming up with the schemes, it's been magnificent. Best offensive we've seen production in years, just continue year after year after year. And that's why he's highly regarded and highly sought out after as a head coach. Now, obviously, he's going to have more positions. A lot of people are going to be coveting him, like the Houston Texans, potentially the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New York Jets, because he's so coveted. It may be a little bit pricey. But if the Detroit Lions have a chance, again, to get a Trey Lance or a dual-threat quarterback, that could be something that the Lions are on their mind. Or keep Matthew Stafford and continue to build through the running game and just have a very high-speed, dynamic offense. That is something that could take place. That would be my number one guy to run the Detroit Lions here. Also, in a upcoming video that will take place here shortly, I'm going to talk about 5 candidates who are in the college ranks that could potentially jump into the NFL. Maybe the Detroit Lions like to look at them to become a head coach. I already have done the defensive mind coach, and then we're going to go ahead and after all this, we're going to talk about GMs and get all into that. In the upcoming videos, we're going to be doing the live watch party for the Detroit Lions versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not sure what a day it's going to be. Could be Saturday, could be Sunday. We'll wait for that. But make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. With that said, folks, adios. Subscribe to the members of ISN.